Once upon a time, in the mighty kingdom of Ndulu, there lived a princess named Nma. She was the only daughter of the great king, Eze Obiluwaku. From a young age, Nma was showered with love and every luxury imaginable. As Nma grew older, her beauty blossomed and she became the most beautiful maiden in all the land. With her long black hair, radiant brown skin, and sparkling eyes, she was breathtaking. The palace tailors made her the finest garments adorned with beads and embroidery, fit for royalty. However, Nma's beauty came with an inflated sense of pride. She believed herself superior to everyone and expected the world to cater to her every whim. Nma would throw tantrums if the palace servants were even a moment late attending to her. She looked down on the villagers, calling them peasants, unworthy of her attention. King Eze Obiluwaku was a kind ruler who loved his people. He watched with concern as Nma's arrogance grew. The king tried to instill humility in his headstrong daughter, gifting her wisdom. Nma, true beauty does not lie merely in outward appearance, he would say. True beauty comes from a pure, humble heart and compassion for all people. But Nma scoffed at her father's advice, believing herself above such platitudes. Blinded by conceit, she continued behaving haughtily, lording her beauty over everyone. One day, a wicked old hag, who had been repeatedly spurned by the arrogant princess, finally reached her limit. With dark magic, the hag cast a dreadful curse upon Nma. The next morning, Nma looked in the mirror and let out a scream. Her radiant beauty was stripped away, and her lovely features were now twisted into a grotesque visage. Panic consumed the princess as she realized the truth in her father's wisdom. In his kindness, King Eze Obiluwaku vowed to lift the curse. He sent scouts to find a legendary being who could break such dark magic. After perilous months, the scouts returned with an ancient mystical soothsayer known as Nri. Nri proclaimed the only way to reverse the curse was for Nma to undertake a journey teaching her humility and compassion. Though horrified, Nma agreed, knowing this was her only path to restoring her beauty. That very day, the veil-concealed Nma tearfully left the royal palace to live amongst the villagers as a peasant. For the first time, she had to fend for herself, having no skills for village life. A kind farmer's wife named Ogochi took pity on Nma and allowed her to stay in exchange for tending crops and livestock. Though back-breaking farm work was foreign to the princess, she was determined to succeed and lift her curse. In those early days, Nma complained incessantly about the heat, bugs, and dirt. But patient Ogochi answered with gentle wisdom and encouragement. With time, Nma's entitled ways gave way to an industrious work ethic, earning the villagers' respect. One of Nma's biggest lessons came when Ogochi's son, Bakari, fell deathly ill with fever. Nma had viewed peasants as filthy, but seeing Ogochi's devastation over her dying child melted the princess's heart. She realized a mother's love transcended social status. Acting on impulse, Nma found a root that could be brewed into a potent fever remedy taught by an elderly healer. After tense hours, Nma returned and prepared the remedy, managing to stabilize Bakari. The villagers then viewed Nma as a hero and revered her compassion. As the years passed, Nma fully embraced humble village life through her chores and connections with people from all walks of life. Her arrogance faded, replaced by empathy and reverence for the villagers' resourcefulness amid hardships. On the eve of Nma's womanhood, Ogochi gathered her close like a proud mother. The aging wife gently lifted Nma's veil, revealing her outer transformation matched an inner radiance of kindness and humility, the true essence of unconditional love. In that moment, Nma felt overwhelming gratitude for the lessons Ogochi and the villagers had imparted about life's simple truths. As a tear fell, Henri's curse was finally broken and her beauty restored, though her perspective had forever changed. Word spread that the enchanted princess had conquered her spiritual and physical disfigurement. King Eze Obiluaku rejoiced and summoned his changed daughter back to the palace. The people cheered Enma's profound emotional evolution from vain princess to heroine, embodying humility and grace. Though still breathtakingly beautiful befitting royalty, Enma now carried herself with a regal elegance deeply rooted in genuine respect for all people, regardless of status. Her journey had forever transformed her from an entitled, cruel princess into a compassionate, humble leader worthy of her people's love and admiration.